Good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook video where I'm going to discuss all the major dollar pairs and gold. Yesterday, what happened on DXY, what we can see is that we traded up higher from this demand zone that I had marked out earlier. So what happened is we got our first reaction. We broke above these highs with a wick, then we pushed down one more time. So all these early buyers are out of the game. We push up, we come back in towards this demand zone, and now we've seen a push in towards this supply zone that we were looking at already since last week. So there are two scenarios for me on the dollar for now. Either we can break this demand zone over here, and then this becomes our supply zone, and we can see a reaction from the weekly and yearly open further in towards the downside. Or what can happen is that we tap in towards this demand zone or this supply zone. We now get our first seller's reaction, and then from this yearly weekly open we tap over these highs one more time, then see a break in towards the downside, and then we enter into shorts next week or later this week, depending on how aggressive the dollar will move. So keeping that in mind, we can look at EU for now. So what we can see once again is that we swiped these descending highs over here. We had a break in towards the downside, and now we have been kind of consolidating over here. Yesterday I was looking at potential shorts from this with this as our protected high in towards the downside. But these are not valid until this 4-hour demand zone goes. So we either need to see this, then a retracement back up, and then further in towards the downside. Or what happens is that this demand zone holds and we can see some continuation in towards the upside for now, together with the dollar descending down lower. But as I talked about on the dollar, what I am waiting for is maybe one more push in towards the upside. So that would mean that DXY swipes or EU swipes one more time lower. Then this over here, as of now, can then become our fractal high. So we can break that, see a retracement, and then continue in towards the upside. So it's either waiting for one of those two options. For now, there's not a lot to do. What I did do is I kept my alert on this high over here, because if this goes, then I want to look for buys as well on this weekly or yearly open in towards the upside. Or what I just talked about is we break down, and once we break this demand zone, I want to look for shorts. Then we go to GU. GU is kind of the same story. We did grab a lot of liquidity here, and we now tapped in towards this demand zone over here, only 4-hour, but also it's a bit of consolidation and sideways price action. We did react to the yearly open. We swiped this low one more time, but there was not a really big V-shaped reversal or a lot of bullish momentum as of now. So what I want to do is I want to wait for maybe one more swipe in towards this demand, retracing a bit deeper, then see a break up, and then a long in towards the upside together with DXY going down. NU continued up higher yesterday after swiping the liquidity underneath here. So let's mark out that liquidity for one moment. Like this. We didn't tap in towards this refined demand zone, so that is something we can watch out for, but I do think that we're going to see some continuation in towards the upside from this pair. Would be beautiful if together with DXY retracing higher one more time, that we swipe this low as well, then tap in towards demand, and then see a break in towards the upside for an even better position. But could be that we're also swiping liquidity on the 1-hour over here, as we just did, and now continue up in towards the upside. So let's see what NU will give us. Then we have AU, kind of a similar setup. We broke the 4-hour swing over here. We made a 4-hour break in towards the downside, then a lot of consolidation. So what I would love to see after the swipe of this liquidity is that this low gets swiped once again, because this was on market open, so it's not really strong. Maybe see a push in towards the downside underneath this 0.5 together with this liquidity and the demand zone situated over here, and then from here on wait for confirmation and see some more longs in towards the upside. Then we have USD CAD. USD CAD is a bit of a difficult pair for me. On the daily, we are certainly swing bearish. As you can see over here, we retraced back in towards premium and we swiped some liquidity. Afterwards, we made a breakdown. What we then did is we took out this liquidity over or underneath here, and we've started to consolidate a bit. On the 4-hour, on the other hand, we did swipe in towards the upside with candle close above. So on the 4-hour, we are swing bullish. We did retrace back in towards this demand zone, but there are a lot of ugly lows still open underneath here as of now. So let's see what we can get. Yesterday, I was looking for maybe some confirmation that we wanted to go in towards the upside, towards this supply zone and this liquidity over here. And then see a change of character back down for the A plus setup for shorts. But as you can see, not a lot is happening currently. So I either need to see a really big reaction in towards the upside, breaking above here now, and then a retracement and trading it towards this liquidity high, or USD CAD will just continue down lower. And maybe we can get into some shorts, but it's not the best of price action, and there is a lot of descending highs and a lot of liquidity being left open. So let's see what we can get. I am just going to be patiently waiting. Then we have USD JPY, and it's still super ugly. It's just a barcode going sideways, a lot of consolidation. Even on the daily, it's nothing that I can trade. So this is going to be a pair that's going to lay on the side for a while until some clearer structure and direction has been forming. Then we have USD CHF. This one, I am waiting for A plus shorts. So what I would like to see is maybe not even this low to get taken out, because yesterday I wanted to see this low get taken out, then a reaction in towards the upside, and then from here on the A plus shorts in towards the downside. As we are now swing bearish on the 4-hour and on the daily, we are also swing bearish, so a lot of bearish confirmation there, and I only want to look for shorts. But let's see what we can get. Maybe it's even better if price just goes up from here in towards the supply zone, then we can get a break, and then we can trade towards these really ugly lows at least. But for now, still going sideways and not a lot to do more than waiting. Then, last but not least, we have gold. Gold yesterday continued down lower. What I was looking for, and I was in this position, to be honest, is that after we took a lot of the liquidity underneath here and we started to see some order flow with ugly lows, I wanted to enter on the liquidity. So I placed my limit order here underneath this low with my stop loss. But as you can see, price just continued down even lower to towards that monthly open. Now what did happen is that if we look at the 4-hour, our last swing was from this low in towards this high. We did take out all the liquidity in this move now. Let's see, so all the liquidity in this move has been gone. We reacted to the monthly open, so it might be that we are now seeing some continuation in towards the upside, but the 4-hour fractal high is all the way situated over here, so a really big range. And then on the 1-hour, there is not really a position to be taken, as we need to see some liquidation event first and then some confirmation again, so we can place our stop loss underneath a safe low. So also gold took a loss yesterday. Going to stay out for now just to preserve my capital and wait for the A+ setups to come towards me. Guys, thanks for watching today. Once again, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I hope to see you all tomorrow. Bye.